in the country, and it's our responsibility to delve into key amongst all of them. Now this morning, I don't know if you have been following the conversation surrounding the Ghana Gold Board and its related issues, and I've been asking myself this question: should we rather not be applauding and celebrating the turnaround that is been happening around the Gold Board? How this whole Gold Board has contributed significantly to the change of Ghana's economy. Well, the minority, and together with some critics of the government, feel otherwise. They are asking for accountability and transparency. It is fair to do so. But again, you ask yourself, what happened to the audited account that was even issued, dropped out? You know, how far with that? Is that not enough to say that we need to put matters to bed? But fortunately, later today, the CEO of the Gold Board will have the opportunity or the turn at the Government Accountability Series to speak extensively on some of the accusations and allegations leveled against the Gold Board and its CEO. So a conversation that we will have this morning, we wouldn't delve too much into it to preempt exactly what the CEO will say, but just the peripherals. We take a look at some of the issues that the minority raised, whether or not they hold enough water to question the credibility of the CEO and also Gold Board as well. So we'll touch briefly on that. If we have enough time this morning, we'll also delve into the new 2026 Cocoa Board bill and what it really means for the Ghana's cocoa sector, particularly the cocoa farmers. As is the new dawn that they have been expecting. We also understand a few of them have raised pertinent questions about welfare, whether or not this bill will go a long way to support their welfare. A conversation we should be having right here on the show, hopefully, as if we have enough time, because later this morning at 9 we will have the youth forum that will come your way at the UPSA auditorium. So do make time with us right here on yours truly, Wezo TV. And as I intimated, also later at 11, the CEO of Gold Board, Mr. Sami Jemfi, will have the opportunity to address the state or the nation as far as his department or unit or agency is concerned, as Gold Board is concerned, and all the matters that are popping out from that space as well. But this morning, I encourage you to join the conversation via all our social media platforms. Feel free to drop your messages under any of the live broadcast, and we'll read them out loud and clear. Text line 0552697939 is the number. You can as well send us your text via the same number. Well, let's look at the weather condition for the morning. Temperature currently is hovering around 25 degrees Celsius here in the capital city, Accra, precisely. It was we experienced showers earlier this morning. When I was coming to the office, it was drizzling on the N1. So please, for those of you who will be stepping out this morning, that's the condition. It's drizzling in town. The app says later in the day the temperature will rise to 28-29 degrees Celsius, a little bit warm. Signs of rains across some cities, Cape Coast and the others, they will experience some rain showers later today. But you can never tell. I always tell you, once you prepare to step out, remember to carry an umbrella or a raincoat so you can stay safe out there from the harsh weather condition as well. So as it stands, 25 degrees Celsius is the temperature. Not too hot this morning, but it's expected to rise later. And in that same vein, let me caution our drivers. It's raining, it's drizzling in Accra. Other parts, as I mentioned, will experience some rain showers later in the day. So please, drivers, the ground is slippery, the roads are slippery. Please, we beg you, especially those of you who have bad brakes. You remember the last time I shared that story with you? The guy decided to chalk his car on the pavement. You know, it turned the tire go hit the pavement. That's his chalk, that's his brake. You know, so please, we beg you, those of you who have very bad brakes, we beg you, take it easy as you step out this morning, as you step on your accelerator and the brakes as well. Be very, very extra careful as you step out this morning. Other road users also, I always tell you to take all the precautionary measures as you step out this morning to do your busy schedule. You dey go hustle, come back and feed home. Why do you end up in a hospital? Why do you end up in a morgue? Please, Your life is more important. So take all the advice that we give you every morning right here on the show. And that is it. To welcome you on board to today's edition of the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. The team is ready to serve you the best of breakfast. A lot happening in the world of sports, right? Gradually, we will take our remote back. We'll be in charge, fully active. The season is about starting. When I say the season, I'm referring to the EPL. It kickstarts later this weekend. Godfred will come your way with all the updates in the world of sports. Back here at home as well, the Division 1 League fixtures are out for the 2026-2027 league season. Hopefully we get some updates on all of that. Registration is still ongoing, right? If you need to sign a player, please do that now before the deadline comes your way. And in the world of entertainment as well, a lot of things happening. The fallout from the OVO Arena event is still ongoing. A lot of debates happening. You remember last week we had a conversation on whether Ghana seemed to be doing much better in the international world as far as our showbiz space is concerned. If you compare what we do here and also when we go out there, whether we're doing much better. And Stonebwoy wrote his name in the books once again, the history books. And I think Asantua will still bring us all the updates on all of that this morning as well. But later this afternoon, Asantua also come your way with the Tune Talk. So do make time with her later in the day. We'll take a quick break. When we return, of course, I'll introduce my co-chefs and then we can start serving you the hottest breakfast on TV. Stay with me. There is more after the break.
Embarrassed. Too embarrassed to speak to a loved one. Too embarrassed to speak to your doctor.
Too embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer.
Let me repeat that. 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer disease.
1 in 12. That could be your dad, even your older brother, uncle, or grandfather.
You need to make sure they are not embarrassed to speak to you or their doctor about it.
Hey, Dad, have you had your prostate checked out? See? How hard is that? It's easy. Just start the conversation.
Prostate cancer is survivable if caught and treated early enough.
Don't let embarrassment stop you having this important conversation.
You may save someone's life.
Not just your own.
If you're watching this with your friends,
You'll probably make a joke.
Because you know what you feel on the inside.
Isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy,
find someone you trust and tell them.
if you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself,
find someone you trust and tell them.
You are never alone when you share.
Seriously, people care about you.
It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share.
Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher. Tell a brother or sister.
Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
It's how things get better.
we can be the generation that ends it for good.
Malaria must die, so millions can live.
Okay, next one. Sit down. Look to camera.
This is what it looks like to be exceptional, to stand out from the crowd, to make history. But what if women didn't have to be exceptional? What if they didn't have to be the first, the best, or the only woman? What if being a female engineer wasn't remarkable? What if women and men could compete as equals? I don't want to make history. I don't want to be the only woman. I want to be one of many.
Gentlemen, I've got some bad news and some good news. Okay, the bad news is that your chances of getting prostate cancer are now just 7 to 1. In fact, prostate cancer is killing one man every single hour of the day in this country. Imagine that, one every hour of the day. But the good news is, we're forming a team to stop that clock. Men United. It's time men united together to fight prostate cancer, the way women have united against breast cancer. We need to get together and find a cure, as well as better ways to care for the 250,000 prostate cancer sufferers out there. Please, get on side and join us in the fight. Men United versus prostate cancer. We can win this.
The National Cardiothoracic Center, not on a make-or-break mission, but on a profound journey of hope. Their task is as tender as it is urgent, to help the heart of a 3-year, 10-month-old boy beat as it was always meant to, for the very first time since he entered this world. His name is Delshad Adiku Alukuri.
Government hospital. I'm a more refer by Confanochi. To Confanochi, one almost refer by Kulibu. The other now must say, when you're double right ventricle, not PDA.
Delshad has a complex heart problem. He has 3 holding heart conditions. In addition, there's one vessel that carries blood from the heart to the lungs. That is narrow. He's not been going well. He's not able to eat well. He's not going well. He cannot play with his peers. He cannot study. He doesn't have the energy that a normal toddler has. And if you look at his weight, he's falling quite behind what is expected. So generally, the whole body is not doing well.
Correcting each of these delicate defects now rests in the skilled hands of the surgical team, led by the director of the National Cardiothoracic Center, Dr. Ko Nsuamensa. For a child his age, Delshad should have worn the fullness of strength and a soft, healthy roundness. But instead, his frail frame quietly tells the story of an illness that has taken a heavy toll on his young life.
Na ede irohoni or how bapa 157,500 Ghana cedis. Na almost see in China or fire surgery. In fact, near to Triania and Toby.
For a teacher earning an average of 5,000 cedis a month, This daunting sum stretches into a lifetime of sacrifice, 2 years and 7 months of earnings. A journey that would demand of Mr. Alukuri an almost impossible devotion to live, yet not touch a single pesewa of his own sweat for all that time.
The treatment of these conditions are expensive. If you look in the setup in the theater here, you need at least 10 doctors and nurses to be able to conduct one operation. We have the heart-lung machine and then the sets. Everything is completely disposable. It is single use. Anesthesia machine, temperature regulation, bed warmer, so many things. And none of it is made in Ghana. So it's a very expensive undertaking. After here, he's going to be in intensive care, mechanical ventilation for a while. But he will remain in intensive care for a couple of days. And being a small child, there are a lot of medications that we have to give to support the circulation, support respiration, and support all the systems. And because of that, most people cannot afford the cost of this surgery.
At the brink of despair, when life hung by a thread, hope arrived through the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. His doctor took a chance, applied, and against all odds, it was approved, giving him a second chance at life. The 50-case pilot became a savior.
In fact, Sadano, and a by pa Chiflo, the Bia Payana, Mibama, Payne said, Yankopon want to come, no man, I did not find you, manage my Panaso, one to us. Now, Miss Cosson, so as I said, almost a bois for no more so a buan, a woman yiska de buano, Omocoso amwa, na, or the year Mascano, or fight 1 year and 5 years before.
And that's why we thank the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. They have sponsored 12 cases in all that we are doing within this month. And it's a game changer. Look at this boy. Without this surgery, the future is bleak for him. Ability to grow well, go to school, get a good education, get employment, raise a family. It's not going to be possible. But once we're able to repair this defect, restore the heart to normality, then he can look forward to a normal life expectancy like any child of his age.
There are no more barriers. Hope now stands where fear once lived. The Ghana Medical Trust Fund has cleared the path. The surgery fully covered. The theater ready, waiting. Final checks are done. The moment has arrived. With trembling hands and a heavy heart, a father lets go, placing his beloved son in the care of the medical team. No words can carry the weight of this moment. Only silent prayers rise. This is the edge of everything. Delshad must come back alive. It is a complex procedure.
Complex because typically most people have one hole in heart condition, but he has a hole. He has an interventricular septal defect. He has an atrial septal defect. He has a patent ductus arteriosus, and he has a valvar pulmonary stenosis. So these are 4 conditions to repair for a small child, for a small heart. It's quite a complex and a tasking task. We'll go ahead and do it.
And they are doing it now. Delshad has been placed under general anesthesia, so he's deeply asleep and pain-free. The surgeon now makes an incision down the middle of the chest and separates the breastbone to reach the heart.
We have the next 4 to 6 hours to do this, and I'm sure by God's grace we'll do it successfully.
He has now been placed on a heart-lung bypass machine, an extraordinary system that gently takes over the vital work of both heart and lungs, sustaining the flow of oxygen-rich blood throughout his body. In this delicate phase, the surgical team must proceed with utmost precision, ensuring a constant and stable circulation as the heart is carefully brought to rest and emptied, making way for the life-saving repair. The repair is now underway with meticulous precision. Working through one of the heart valves, The lead surgeon carefully reaches the defect, larger openings that demand delicate handling. Each is being patched using the boy's own tissue, a process that requires absolute focus and control. In this pediatric procedure, every movement counts. Sutures finer than a strand of hair are placed with exacting care, and the tension of each stitch must be perfectly balanced. Too tight risk tearing the fragile tissue. Too loose could allow a dangerous leak. It is a movement defined entirely by precision, where even the smallest detail carries life-altering weight. Nearly 4 hours into the surgery, every step has been meticulously documented by the nurse in charge. Thankfully, this intricate procedure is now drawing to a close. All the defects have been successfully sealed.
Yes, I am excited because, as you see, to correct it, we have to stop the heart completely from beating. We do the medically induced cardiac arrest so that we can open the heart. And then we identified all the multiple holy heart conditions that were giving him the problems. So we repaired all the holy heart conditions. And I said one of the main arteries, the pulmonary artery that takes blood from the heart to the lungs, was very narrow. And so we had to open it up and allow blood to flow adequately to the lungs. So it's been quite a complex repair, but everything has come up nicely.
As his blood is gradually warmed, Delshad's heart slowly comes back to life, beating on its own once more. An ultrasound probe placed down his chest provides real-time images of the heart, allowing the team to carefully assess every valve and patch. Only after confirming that everything is functioning perfectly is he taking off the bypass machine.
The echocardiogram shows that all the holy heart defects have been repaired, and then the narrowed vessel, we have opened it adequately. So we are very excited. The heart has virtually been returned to normal, like your heart and my heart, and it will allow him to function normally and be whoever he wants to be in the future.
It is all over now, and the surgeons are rejoining the two halves of the breastbone. The soft tissues in several layers have been closed too. He can be taken to the intensive care unit now. Dr. Kwao Ntua-Mensah has just called his father to the ICU, and in moments like this, such a call could mean anything, good news or unthinkable. There is no in-between.
Congratulations. Thank you. Yes, by God's grace, we finished the surgery yes, and everything went well. The multiple holes, like we discussed, and then the narrowing of the vessel. By God's grace, everything has been sorted out. We have had an echo in theater, and then it's all healed. Yes. So the nurses will help you. We'd like you to change your shoes, wear a gown, and then you can go and see him. Yes, I'm sure you are relieved and happy.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah, very happy.
I saw something like pulmonary
stenosis. Yes, we have dealt with the pulmonary stenosis. I'll give you a small certificate in cardiac surgery. Good. So it's very good. Yes.
And I'm not grateful.
Yes. They have made it possible.
Yes.
Yeah, they have made it possible. Now he can play with his friends. He can go to school, he can study, he can do anything that he wants. Yes, everything has been corrected. You never know, maybe he'll become a president like President Mahama in future. Yes. Good.
Knowing whatever awaits must be faced together, Mr. Likuri brings his wife along. They walk in, faces drawn tight with fear, every step heavy with uncertainty. Before the doctor, their silence speaks louder than words, their hearts racing, bracing for impact. Then, at last, relief. It is good news. They are led to their child. With lingering doubt, they study him closely, eyes searching, hearts racing, until at last they reach out and touch him, needing to be sure he is truly there.
Nothing much. I say, Bibia, Hana, na as a match shock.
No matter shock. You must shame upon you. Will sit down on you. Shame. Although you are Benedy, young couple, I do not fall on board in it, even do it. And you should sit in
Through the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, a family once on the brink of losing one of their own has had their joy restored, bringing them renewed hope and reassurance for the future.
Want to say Mahama K, a Burma or Berdomo.
Maybe I'm in the massive because so many more. Meaning, maybe I'm a cocker for scurvy in the other surgery.
Do you remember this? The echocardiogram shows that all the holy heart defects have been repaired, and then the narrowed vessel, we have opened it adequately. So we are very excited. The heart has virtually been returned to normal, like your heart and my heart, and it will allow him to function normally and be whoever he wants to be in future.
Everywhere people need care. Fighting back.
This is Delshad today, less than 2 months after his surgery, strong, healthy and full of life. We traveled to his home at Sefi Afianso in the western north region of Ghana to check up on him, and what we have witnessed is nothing short of remarkable.
Yeah, you're more free. I see you by. You try 3 days no. Nah, I feel I shall say no to me, nothing kakra. Nti ade chibia improvement ba. First no we gentleman want me but ade chibia we gentleman no to me like step by step santi. Actually be 4 days no to me to me come nyina.
Ti ya de ne ba na no ho de. O dwane. E be du fa say ni die mro so no. Ewie pay.
But for the timely intervention of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, this story could have ended very differently.
The omo frame say, "Oma akoye payment no. Min nam jomu didwa. Mi ja mi nemu no gu ho na mi hu nia me nya me ho. Ta say mi hu nia mi bedu fie kura aduan kura ma no a. Mani age sa na mi si dabi. Oma friends so still I mean believe. Who say like me who the way me sin describe who say like azan for ho nti. Come say 1.5 billion ni achiri. Me njindi.
Today, there is renewed hope, healing, and a reason for this family to smile again.
So man, your mom wa kebi am bawe me nya e bia kese bi wanti ase. So ye nim de abofra bia ya wo no be ndachi. Ebi be be president, ebi be ministers ni ade. Ti esro mo so mo koso anduneti.
Nshira so ka president Mahama say timi akoma watimi aya ade etesa enyo no anka me bai tesenka me ni ba bia mo an ko be fia ba kra ye de be da say ejuru say scan ko anka yenya na ne wa me ya ni je nyina awie pe me hu asem kra me nka
president de me nyi ni say bia me hia no one on one be me sre mu hia na mo na sikman pa mo kan cha say me dana sian ko hia no on chian pa because idea why ya mama no man na you know honda say menyu bia mana yes adi we kura amam
and me ko ba bia otimi nanti di machi first say me say hotel machi san so ne enko pa adom bibia ye fine
so ni nua ba na de na chiri ba ni we no me nim de ba ni trim omo wo no na coffee or friend burger anu na aka wa ye friend burger any base BNT had it. Oh, when it didn't crowd, this is a burger now.
Delshad, affectionately called Boga in his community, dreams of one day wearing the police uniform and serving his country, Ghana. Today, with his health fully restored, that dream is alive once again and within reach. His story is a powerful reminder that hope can rise again, even in the darkest moments. At the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, we believe every life deserves a second chance, and through our interventions, dreams that once seemed impossible are given the opportunity to live on.
Mahama truly cares. Every donation, every hand can save a life.
All right, so welcome back to the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Are you donating to the Mahama case? It's a question. Before we wrap up this morning, we'll do an exercise as we have been doing in the last days as well. But Miss Na is here. Na. So they homo then they celebrate. Now we'll not say another weekend passed. Oh, Randy, if we come. Today, this side of the Ga community, we are doing popular. We are doing our things. Come you to come and meet all the Ga people. You know, I like the ones with the
Maxus.
Yeah, the women. Oh.
The handbag.
Yeah.
Oh,
the one that if they do like this,
you want those ones?
Those ones.
So the aunties.
Which aunties?
Aunties of the house.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You look stressed.
I'll be fine. Do I look like you? I'll be okay. But talking about the homo, this weekend, all road leads to Osu.
Okay.
For the Osu homo, and then I'm actually looking forward to the Pashimo at Teshi.
Which one is that?
So Pashimo is more like Jama.
Oh.
So they don't stand at one place. So it's like a walk or like brisk walking, jogging with the songs.
Like more like health walk?
It's not health walk. Oh. They are singing and dancing and going. So you see the people that sang Brahima.
Yeah.
So in Teshi they have about 10 groups of like the younger ones and then 4 groups of the older ones. Yeah. So they have different names. So Yohani and his team are there, the ones that sang Brahima.
Okay.
There's Vuvuzela. I know Yohani and Vuvuzela group, they are quite popular.
The ones who composed that song.
Brahima.
No. I don't want to sing that song because it's not fair. That song is kind
okay.
Would they perform?
So yeah,
I don't know from Teshi.
Yes. So they are in groups. So I don't know which group actually composed that, but they are all indigents of Teshi. So they have their flags. Every group has its flag.
Okay.
You know, they'll be moving on the streets and it's going to be
Is it Friday or Saturday?
So 31st August and then 5th September, Pashimo is going to happen in Teshi.
Oh, so that's next week, not this weekend.
So this weekend, we are going to Osu for Osu Homowo.
Okay.
It was from the Oxford Street to Osu Mami. Oh. Everywhere will become
Blair. Things will happen.
Oh yes.
A lot of things will
one
go.
thing I observed one time during the Homowo celebration. So when they are doing the sprinkling, they come with a lot of people. So their Safobi will be, their guns and all, and it's a lot of people. And I see those instances to be very, very spiritually saturated. So if I don't have anything doing there, any road,
you don't go there.
I prefer to be somewhere where I can watch from afar. So there's this Abochi that was selling his suya. It was very obvious that he didn't know what was happening, right? And the guy had come in, he has set up, he has finished roasting his things. So he was just waiting for people to come and then he cut for them. So as the people were coming like that and as the town people too were following, Abochi didn't take 1 meat.
Oh, why?
I want you to take 1 meat. Like, by the time they finish and pass this place, their meat all go.
With the fire?
The fire, they left it for him.
Oh, where was Abochi? Abochi didn't hold the knife.
You can't talk.
Yeah, of course, too many people.
It's not like they are thieves or something, but they are moving.
Yeah.
You get.
Yeah.
So
things happen. Things will happen.
And Abochi is under the table.
Will you be there?
Abochi.
Abochi lost it.
And you see, we saw like young boys, like kids. Say, Abochi went like they've been eyeing Abochi for a long time, and they really wanted to take the beat for Abochi.
So they planned it. It was a coup for Abochi.
It was enough for Ama. We were out like in the compound though. The boys Abochi went and there are shops like in front of the main road, and then our houses behind the shops. So what goes on along the road, they can hear. And people used to pass through our house because we are not done the back fence. So people used to pass through the house. So the boys came, they shared it on the compound.
Just then, or
But
it's more.
Oh, but please, like I like how peaceful this year's Homo has been so far.
Yeah.
Let's keep up with this like that. So I me pan fire wa denche. Be no Homo ya le once wole na kan no mo ya fi ne wonu be wonu wetimi wa kamiko. Nya wa cha no na kan no ko ni wa ya fi in style. Be ne le afi ne Homo wole solo. Ni won ya hu ka she afwa be nyomi. O shin ye bi epe ewo na yi o na ya ke ya na efe ekenye ha wo fen wonya. And you know, over the weekend the Gamanche also visited some ancestral homes to do the sprinkling of Kpokwe. So he started from Accra Brewery. So in the yard of Accra Brewery actually has some of our kings, former kings buried there. So he went there to sprinkle, and then he did some sprinkling. So from Accra Brewery into CMB, they did a sprinkling there, then moved to Makola, where the Takita UR roundabout was. They also did some sprinkling there. Into the Ghana townships, did sprinkling. And then they went into the Royal Mausoleum, where they also did some sprinkling. And one that really caught my eye was when he got to the grave of his father.
Okay.
Oh, you could see the man. He was not in this world, really. No. I've not seen the
highly spiritual.
I've not seen the Gamanche like that before. No, like Saturday was very, very beautiful, and I loved how people complied. People really complied. So when the king is passing, you don't have to turn on your umbrella. Every umbrella must go off.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why?
Because it is the king, and we see him to be our head. Okay, so if it is his umbrella, it will be just his. Otherwise, it looks like you challenging his authority. Do you understand? So, the women really complied, and I loved how the turnout at Makola was so beautiful. Even the women that were not part of the entourage, they were just selling, but everyone was in red, and it was just so nice to watch. And I'm really learning a lot. Really learning a lot from. So yeah, Randy, maybe we'll take you to Panshimo.
Okay.
And then maybe you can pass by Osu this weekend too.
Okay, yeah. Osu is.
You can just get into any house that you see them doing pepe. They'll serve.
Then you pass by.
They'll serve you.
Okay. I'll do that.
Right, and they can give you one bottle of beer.
No, I don't do beer.
What do you do?
I don't do alcohol.
Guinness.
I don't do alcohol.
You don't do any of them.
No.
Let's say pepe and no. When you finish it in it, you must push it down with something cold from a green bottle.
You must push it to the down there.
Yeah, push it down with something cold from a green bottle.
Yeah.
So we can do shandy.
Okay.
If club is
too
this
hard.
thing, yeah.
Okay, shandy.
42 or 40.
Beer.
Yes, they have a number they call it.
1951.
1951.
Yeah,
That's okay. Yeah. So if 1951 is too high for you,
and Guinness is 1841.
Actually, it's Guinness time. 1749.
17.
Yes, 1749 is Guinness time.
Akweteshi is what?
Akweteshi, Otimoda. It's been there.
Anyway, now let's get to talk about so just a brief one on the National Youth Forum.
Right.
Later this morning we'll be bringing the live feed to our viewers on that as well. I mean MC'd one of the events last year, if I'm right. Basically, what is it about?
So the National Youth Forum is one that has been crafted by the National Youth Authority and then the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment. So August, as we know, has a peculiar day in it which celebrates the youth, which is the International Youth Day, every 12th of August in every year. So since the inception of this government, we have the Youth Ministry and then the Youth Authority working hand in hand. So they decided, okay, why don't we put this month down to celebrate young people? Why don't we set aside this month to celebrate young people and all that they do? Let's talk about things that will benefit young people. So last year, yes, we were at the Pentecost Convention Center to have the National Youth Festival, and people from all across the country, young people from all across the country converged there. And I actually led the first panel discussion for the opening session.
Okay.
So where we spoke about young people and their role in decision making and in leadership also. I remember having the Honorable Magbana Sewami here, the Honorable Asafweji, all on the panel, and we spoke at length about how young people can express themselves, because you realize that many times young people really have some ideas on how things can be done in the society, but because of the youthful exuberance and they thinking that the older people are kind of imposing things on them, they express themselves, but not in the right way that will get them results. So we really looked at that during that panel discussion of the opening session there. And last week so the 2026 edition happened at the Great Hall in KNUST.
Okay.
Yes,
which in Ashanti region.
Yeah, we saw similar things from last year also happening, but this time around we had a lot of younger people coming on board. So we saw some of our influencers coming to share their thoughts and they shared their thoughts on a number of issues there. And so this one, the National Youth Ministry of Youth Empowerment and Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment, yes, is doing this convocation at the UPSC auditorium today. You can't afford to miss it. WoezorTV will come your way with the live feed, and yes, you're going to see all that you need to see. We are getting most of our youth leaders coming up on board to share their thoughts, to the likes of Osman Ayariga, Ruth Sedo, I can see Malik Basintale, the lawyer Erica J. too on the builder. So you're going to learn from a number of young leaders in the country who are holding key sectors of this country. So you really do not have to miss it. If you can't be at the UPS auditorium, WoezorTV has got you covered. At exactly 9 a.m. we'll cross over to UPSA to bring you the live feed. So Randy, basically that is it. But I have a question.
Okay, ask. If I can answer, I will.
What happened to Red Meal Stop?
Which one is the Red Meal Stop?
Red Meal Stop when they came out Unim Red. You remember?
Okay, the advocacy against
yes. Because in recent times I've heard a lot about it. I have a question.
Okay.
What happened to Red Meal Stop?
Well, I don't know what really happened, but are you surprised? Have we not been there before?
We have.
Have we not started series of advocacies, and after 2 months, 3 months, we go back and forget?
Why do we always keep doing that? I really need answers to
it is
some
us.
Of these things. I really do
Yeah,
need
it is
answers to
us.
some of these things.
I don't know. I can't really tell why, but it is us.
Because I doubt the abuse of red has stopped.
It hasn't. It has even increased. I mean, more people are getting into it. But you talk me say then catch some students for one of the universities selling weed infused drinks and the things. Yeah.
I see. That is why I think the advocacy should have risen more.
Yes.
Because starting from Central University, now they target the SRC weeks celebration. So they get in there. And I don't know how they are able to know that these people selling this weed infused and all. And we recently they were at the Koforidua Technical University. So I think it's high time the advocacy comes up again stronger. Whatever has made us relapse, I think we should go back to the books, go back to the drawing board and pick things up from where we left it. Because it was not coming down, as Randy said. Many young people are still being lured into this, knowingly or unknowingly. So, National Youth Authority, Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment. We can have all the dialogues, we can have all the discussions and all the forums. And many a times, sometimes I feel when you go for these forums, the people that really need to hear what is being said in those forums are not there.
Yeah.
Because you talk about drug
but you go to these programs.
And you go to circle when they are there.
Yes, but the people you look, the people who attend these programs are students, largely.
Yeah.
And they are they are aligned with the party in power. Trust me, you go there and you find 10 students.
Of course.
Pardon me for it, but I'm being real.
Of course.
And that's the reality. And that is why beyond that 4 walls of the auditorium, whatever is discussed there ends over there.
Yeah.
The things don't go out. Because if it's about empowerment, how many of the youth leave that place, go out there and share whatever they have heard?
No.
The real people who are hustling and the real people who are looking for the opportunities are the ones in circle.
Yeah.
Are the ones hustling this morning at Medina. Are the ones on the street hawking.
Yeah.
How do we reach out to them? Should it always be about the people who are in mainstream education or the formal sector? And I hope you get my point.
I do.
How about the people who are not in that bracket? Because if you take this program to UPSA, ordinarily the people who will fill that auditorium will be students.
The students, yeah.
The guy hawking at Medina, how will he walk all the way from that side to?
He should
how are we and then go to UPSA?
Really?
How do we draw them into the bracket? And you see this Red Meal Stop thing we are talking about.
Yeah.
Largely, it is consumed by the people. not the students.
No.
Not necessarily the students that will be there today. I'm not saying they don't do it, they do it. But largely it is about the boys in the ghetto.
True.
And the idea is on helping them, taking them out of that slum and whatever they do. If the outreach that you are doing, the forum that you are doing, they don't even watch TV, they don't listen to radio, how then do they benefit from whatever you are putting out?
Yeah.
The job opportunities. And you see, now I'm passionate about this because after 2020 elections, I remember I had an interview with President Mahama, and I posed that question of how come, yes, in the Green Book, we have seen projects being done, but the people on the grounds fail to see exactly what you are doing. I've forgotten the exact words, but I'm just saying in general. And he responded that he doesn't need him to move all the way from Accra to Ho to now tell the region about the things they have done.
Yeah.
Key thing I took from that is communication. If the youth ministry is opening up a lot of job opportunities, a lot of things for the youth to know about, the programs the government wants to roll out, who are the targets? Who are the targeted group? Is it just the formal sector? How about the guys in the market? How about the guys who are not even in school or in the formal sector? So yes, it is good we're having a national youth forum, but I would also want to plead with the organizers that let's go beyond just the formal people and look at the guys who are not in that bracket, because they even form majority of the populace and they even need it more than you and I do. So let's re-strategize, let's review what we sent to them. And look, now the Red Means top target was on them. It was on them. And we introduced, I remember Osman Ayariga introduced the motorbike thing, where they ride to advocate against the pills and all of that. Just last year we did it, and
it's going like that next time. Well,
anyway, let's talk about Gold Board quickly before we celebrate birthdays. The minority is warning Ghanaians about Gold Board. Now they say that that could be an avenue for corruption. They have leveled series of allegations or accusations against the CEO of Gold Board. Now the latest has to do with their quest for, to know what happened to the losses made by Gold Board. But really, were there losses? Did we not see the audited account of Gold Board? Well, let's listen to the minority leader as he addressed the media yesterday. Then now we can share our views on this particular. I said it from the beginning that because the CEO of Gold Board will be on the accountability series today, we wouldn't preempt exactly what he will be saying. So we'll just touch briefly on it and allow him to speak to the main issues. Let's take a look at this video from the minority.
Hide behind accounting technicalities. Gold Board, I must say, is entitled to make the accounting point that it was purchasing gold on behalf of Bank of Ghana. But agency does not extinguish operational responsibility. An agent entrusted with billions of cedis of public resources remains responsible for the quality of its execution. Gold Board's own description of its mandate confirms that it occupies a central position in Ghana's gold trading structure, with exclusive authority over buying, selling, weighing, grading, assaying, valuing, and exporting gold. Therefore, Gold Board must tell Ghanaians the following. 1. What prices were paid for gold? How were those prices determined? What premiums, if any, were paid to secure the supply? How were international off-takers selected? At what discounts were their gold sold? How much was earned by Gold Board in service and asset charges from transactions financed by Bank of Ghana? What commercial risk did Gold Board itself bear? What transactional risk were passed automatically to Bank of Ghana? What internal risk controls existed to protect the financier, the Bank of Ghana? What corrective measures were taken as losses accumulated? And most importantly, if Gold Board controlled critical part of the trading process, but Bank of Ghana absorbed losses, Where precisely did commercial accountability reside? These questions aforementioned go to the heart of the very matter we have raised. So, this model where entity earns fees and another absorbs losses requires scrutiny. In fact, it stinks. It stinks. The structure deserves particular attention because it creates what economists and governance professionals will recognize as a potential moral hazard problem. If an institution earns transaction-based income for purchasing, assaying, and aggregating gold, while the financier bears the underlying trading losses, then increasing transaction volumes may increase the agent revenue even where the overall program destroys value for the principal. Any responsible government confronted with this 22 billion loss should immediately investigate whether the incentive structure encouraged excessive volumes, inadequate pricing discipline, or insufficient attention to trading costs. We therefore reject any attempt to answer the public concerns merely by pointing to Gold Board's reported surplus. Yes, we concede that it is the Auditor General that has conducted an audit, but the Auditor General was not given access to the full picture. If the Auditor General knows that indeed the costs of Gold Board's transaction were borne by Bank of Ghana, Auditor General would not declare surplus in its accounting reporting. Therefore, Gold Board profitability and the profitability of the transaction it's executed for BOG are two different matters. A middleman can earn a fee while the principal loses money. Really?
There you heard the minority leader, Honorable Markins, Afenyo Markins, Alexander Afenyo Markins, speaking to the media yesterday on this whole Gold Board theme. Now, they spoke about operational surplus, they spoke about overall surplus, and then the entire revenue. But now, if you watch what Gold Board published in July 2026, 24th July precisely, to respond to the claims being raised by the minority. So mind you, this is actually not the first time the minority is speaking about the Gold Board. And this is where it raises concerns. And I am worried about it, that right from the very beginning when Gold Board was introduced, there seemed to be a targeted attack on that institution. Pardon me for it. But it looks as though people or critics of the government want an avenue where they can lash hard at the government. So Gold Board became more like that room where everyone was really pushing. You know how Gold Board came on board from the PMMC to the new Gold Board now. So as always, we play partisan politics with it. We have been told, and indeed, July 24, 2026, there was a published report by the CEO of Gold Board, and it was so clear. He clarified some of this unnecessary and unwarranted attacks and allegations. For instance, a 23% plus drop in international gold prices since February 2026. I mean, should we not be celebrating such a milestone? Again, you look at the pricing incentives cuts from 14% to 6%. Now, Gold Board on the other side is actually on track to meet its 2026 targets for gold purchases, forex generation, and gold reserve accumulation. So largely now, what I want to put out there is that if you look at Gold Board's own books, you look at profit, surplus and everything in 2025, it will largely tell you that the minorities claim that the state or the BOG took an FX loss of $214 million US dollars from the program design. Is just nothing to write home about. And I don't know why we find ourselves in this situation. But it is also a good opportunity for Sami Jemfi to clarify and clarify once and for all. And then this matter will come to an end. Now, on the screen, as you see, that is actually Gold Board's defense. Now they reject the characterization of the $1.7 billion as a gold board loss and points to its reported 5.44 billion Ghana cedi surplus for 2025. Yes, and this, so we made over. Yeah. And this was out there, as I mentioned, way back, months ago. Okay, the controversy as is being put out there. It reads earlier $214 million US figure. I mean, so the minority is basing their argument on the IMF report. Okay. That a part of the IMF report, yes, part of the IMF report captured something like that, and that's what we have on the screen. It says that an earlier IMF report found $214 million US in losses from the ASM gold component of the Gold for Reserves program through Q3 2025. Now, this is also a different figure and program from the current $1.7 billion claim. So, largely, that is where the minority is coming from. Okay. Again, we also know that transfer to Gold Board, the IMF says that after the program was transferred from the Bank of Ghana to Gold Board and government became responsible for operational costs such as service fees, asset charges, and trading margins. And, interestingly, Godfrey has been covering the Gold Board activities. He would be, yes, in right position to tell us much more about some of these things anyway. But it's a developing story. We see how it pans out in the coming days. Again, the controversies, the cost improved. The IMF says that losses cost fell from 15.3% of gross purchases to 11.7% in the first quarter of 2026, but remained above the agreed 5% ceiling. So again, I ask, where is the minority actually getting their figures from with all of these things?
Because last week too, they came up with this allegation of somebody bolting with money for Gold Board.
Yes. Like, so every week there is something they want to allege.
So how do they cook all of these things?
So how do they cook all of
I want to understand, because if the figures are saying one thing and then you people at the back too are saying another thing, and I'm just reading something, one news item that is saying that the Honorable Minority Leader is telling the Honorable Sami Jemfi that there's going to be a post-regime accountability of Gold Board.
So you see, that's what I'm telling you. The whole idea is to pin and paint Gold Board black.
As
that's how I see it. Exactly. Yes, exactly.
As what?
I don't know. And you see, now, to tell me that after 2028 elections, Gold Board will be the first institution to really come under the scrutiny.
Who told them they are coming back in 2028?
Okay, thank you. So this is the NPP minority claim. They say that, and that's according to Alexander Afenyo-Maki. It says losses linked to the domestic gold purchase program amounted to about $1.7 billion or 22 billion Ghana cedis in 2025. Okay, so the equivalent of 1.7 billion is what we have in the cedis, right? He continued to say, source of the claim, the minority says its figure is based on the IMF's assessment of the gold purchase program. That is where they are picking it from. Again, interesting times ahead.
Very interesting times.
Now let's look at the distinction. The IMF does not explicitly say that Gold Board itself recorded a $1.7 billion loss. Its report says the Bank of Ghana incurred losses equivalent to 15.3% of gross gold purchases under the DGPP.
So it's not linked to the Gold Board.
No.
This is a different matter with Bank of Ghana. So why don't they go after Bank of Ghana rather? And it's just
they started with Bank of Ghana.
Yeah, I remember.
They started with Bank of Ghana
earlier this year.
Yes, earlier this year, and they painted a picture that Bank of Ghana has also declared losses.
Yeah,
you get it. And I'm saying that this was, I mean, a few years ago. We saw what they did at Bank of Ghana.
Oh yeah,
we saw where the CD was. I didn't make this money for saying this, but now, oh please. Now, you know what? I've even lost my thoughts.
Talk to me. Sorry about that. We saw where the CD was.
Yes, we saw where the CD was. We saw how the economy was left in shambles. It's going to take time to really sustain this economy. It can't come within a year or two.
No, we are not magicians.
Exactly. Now, two things for us to look at. And I chanced upon a video. We'll come back to this, a little digression, where you have a leading figure of the opposition party tell them in a meeting that forget about facts.
Yeah, let's
and spread propaganda. So two things happening currently in Ghana, especially in the opposition party. They are either peddling falsehood or they are pretending not to know the truth. These are the two things happening currently. Because it is clear that these things are very much out there in the public domain. And you see, it is coming from the elite in the party.
The so-called.
The so-called. And they are the ones throwing this sort of
dust into people's eyes.
So the layman out there takes it and all they say is, oh, Sammy Jefi is corrupt. Oh, Sammy Jefi and Goldboard, they have chopped Ghana's money. Without necessarily going through
the document to know. And in fact, these people that would believe all of these things, you know, they have their bots, their social media bots and their media. So they will go there, sit on those platforms and spread these falsehoods. So the lay Ghanaian somewhere, maybe in Dokotria, that even can't read or even won't have access to the IMF report or whatever one is coming from Bank of Ghana to know what figures Gold Board has made, whether losses or profits, whatever has happened in Gold Board. They will be the ones going peddle the falsehood that yes, say Gold Board, the corrupt institution, yes, it's Sammy Jefi Ghana Scow. So wait, as they were in power for 8 years, Randy, what exactly they do with the gold? At least they should be grateful that now visionary leadership has come, that we are seeing that we can do gold, we can trade in gold, we can sell our gold, we can even refine our gold here. Yesterday, if you watched Lawyer Sammy Jefi on the National Mining Dialogue that happened yesterday, he was talking about how they even were looking forward to build a gold village here in Accra, so that he can come in, buy gold products, gold materials, rings, ornaments, jewelry that has been refined here in Ghana, and we are getting value for our gold here. They were in power for 8 years, Randy. 8 years, and none of them in that elite political party thought it wise to do anything like that. And now they decide to take on Gold Board and feel that what they can just get up and come and stand there that they are doing a press conference and peddle such falsehood.
Well, interesting days ahead.
Really interesting times ahead. But honestly, let me just keep that one.
Okay. So let's go back to this again. On the earlier figure that was reported, according to what we have put together, and thanks to Godfred for this, he says an earlier IMF report found. Okay, I think we brought this earlier, right? The 214 million in losses from the... Yes, we brought this earlier. I want us to look at even what the IMF is. They said, what caused the loss? Exactly. I think we missed out on this. And it was clarified by the IMF. So if the minority is basing the argument on what they have seen in the IMF document, here is another part of it. And it says that the IMF attributes the costs to service fees, assay charges, trading margins, off-taking costs, and exchange rate related costs. But now, if at that time you had the exchange rate fluctuating, what do you expect?
That's no fault to the good.
Oh my God. Anyway, at 11 a.m., lawyer Sammy Jefi and his team will be ready at the Government Accountability Series to speak to us. Hopefully tomorrow, we'll have enough time
to break it down,
to review all that he has said. Then we'll just oppose that to what the minority is demanding. Of course, they will come out with presses later tonight.
Of course.
Yeah, we should be expecting some of that, some of those things later as well. But that is it with the brief issue on what you need to know as far as the Gold Board minority convoy is about. But let's celebrate some birthdays now.
Okay, we have some amazing personalities to celebrate this morning here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe, 19th August 2026. If you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday to you. Wish you the very best that life has got to offer. Let's get into our list of celebrants real quick. And okay, lady Enyonam, it's your birthday today. Happy 35th birthday to you. Yeah, we all share with you today on your special day. Have a great one. Have an amazing year. And yes, may this year be a great one for you. May lines fall in pleasant places for you. And wish you the very best that life has got to offer. And you happy birthday to you. And away from here, Letty will be celebrating again. Dennis Latte, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Dennis Latte. And wishing you the very best that life has got to offer. I wish you all the best that this year has got to bring to you. Have a great year. Have an amazing year. Happy birthday to you, Dennis Latte. Away from Dennis, Let's see who we are celebrating again. Delight Delzy, happy birthday to you, Delight. And may your year be blessed, may your year be grace, may your year be amazing. And this is coming from Bospeku here at WoezorTV to you. He wishes you a great year filled with lots of God's blessing and God's love. So yeah, enjoy your year, and yeah, blessings on every side. Delight Delzy, happy birthday to you. So that will be it for birthdays this morning here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Please do well to keep your wishes coming in to our WhatsApp number 055-269-7939 055-269-7939. Let's share with you and your loved ones on your special day. Let's have your wishes 3 p.m. the day before your birthday so we can work on it and share with you on your special day. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
And there they are. The squad is ready, lined up, ice cold, focused and prepared for national duty. Every bottle in position, every label shining with confidence. And here comes the selection. One bottle steps forward, picked from the squad, ready to deliver for Ghana. He takes the first sip. Oh yes, refreshingly hydrating. The whistle goes. The Black Stars are on the move. He breaks through the defense like flowing water. Beautiful control. He lines it up. He strikes. Goal! Ghana is awake. From the fridge to the field, Awake keeps you refreshed. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. Proudly supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Or we can be the generation that ends it for good.
Malaria must die, so millions can live.
Embarrassed. Too embarrassed to speak to a loved one. Too embarrassed to speak to your doctor.
Too embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer.
Let me repeat that. 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer disease.
1 in 12. That could be your dad, even your older brother, uncle, or grandfather.
You need to make sure they are not embarrassed to speak to you or their doctor about it.
Hey, Dad, have you had your prostate checked out? See? How hard is that? It's easy. Just start the conversation.
Prostate cancer is survivable if caught and treated early enough.
Don't let embarrassment stop you having this important conversation.
You may save someone's life.
Not just your own.
Okay, next one. Sit down. Look to camera.
This is what it looks like to be exceptional, to stand out from the crowd, to make history. But what if women didn't have to be exceptional? What if they didn't have to be the first, the best, or the only woman? What if being a female engineer wasn't remarkable? What if women and men could compete as equals? I don't want to make history. I don't want to be the only woman. I want to be one of many.
If you're watching this with your friends, you'll probably make a joke. Because you know what you feel on the inside isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy,
Find someone you trust and tell them.
If you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself,
find someone you trust and tell them.
You are never alone when you share. Seriously, people care about you.
It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share.
Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone. Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher. Tell a brother or sister.
Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
It's how things get better.
Gentlemen, I've got some bad news and some good news. Okay, the bad news is that your chances of getting prostate cancer are now just 7 to 1. In fact, prostate cancer is killing one man every single hour of the day in this country. Imagine that, one every hour of the day. But the good news is, we're forming a team to stop that clock. Men United. It's time men united together to fight prostate cancer, the way women have united against breast cancer. We need to get together and find a cure, as well as better ways to care for the 250,000 prostate cancer sufferers out there. Please, get on side and join us in the fight. Men United versus prostate cancer. We can win this.
Time now for the WoezorTV report. Let's take a look at the headlines. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's settle in for the details of the story. Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa has disclosed that 62 Ghanaians have died while 15 others remain missing after being recruited to fight in the Russia-Ukraine war. Speaking after a bilateral engagement in Moscow, the minister said Ghana raised concerns over the illegal recruitment of young Ghanaians to fight in the conflict. The Russian government said has pledged to work with Ghana to stop the illegal enlistment of Ghanaian youth. Mr. Ablakwa also stressed that government will continue to protect the Ghanaians from being lured into war, saying that the conflict is not Ghana's war and should not be claiming Ghanaian lives.
We raised the matter of a growing number of Ghanaian youth who are being lured to fight in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and we are seeing an increase in casualties. About 62 Ghanaians have lost their lives and 15 of them are missing. So I did raise the matter, and I'm happy with the response from Foreign Minister Lavrov, who has pledged that we can work together to stop these illegal recruitments happening on the blind side of our two governments, so that we can protect the lives of young people who are being lured on the front lines. So I want to assure Ghanaians back home that that matter, which is of concern to Ghanaians, how we work together to make sure our young people are protected and are safe. I have raised the matter, and I have received very encouraging response from Foreign Minister Lavrov, and we will continue to work together to stop those illegal recruitment channels so that we can protect the lives of our nationals. So overall, it's been a very, very good bilateral engagement, and I want to thank Foreign Minister Lavrov and his team and my colleagues for
Now away from Moscow, the Bank of Ghana has inaugurated the Non-Interest Financial Advisory Council, NIFAC, to support the orderly development, regulation and supervision of non-interest banking and finance in Ghana. The council will advise the bank on governance and regulation while helping to build sound, inclusive and credible non-interest finance sector. At the inauguration in Accra, Governor Johnson Pandit-Isiama stressed the need for strong governance, consumer protection and public confidence to ensure the sector's growth. He charged members of NIFAC to work with independence, professionalism and diligence in public interest and to safeguard the stability of Ghana's financial system. And the government of Ghana has paid 10.816 billion Ghana cedis to bondholders under the Domestic Debt Exchange Program. According to a press release issued by the Ministry of Finance on Wednesday, 19th August 2026, the payment was made in full and in cash, bringing the total amount paid to bondholders since 2025 to 41.36 billion Ghana cedis. The ministry says this is the third DDEP coupon payment made fully in cash and was settled on schedule. It says the timely payment demonstrates government's fiscal discipline and commitment to meeting its debt obligations while strengthening investor confidence, reducing sovereign default risk, and reinforcing Ghana's financial credibility. The ministry further assures bondholders, investors, and the public that all future DDEP obligations will also be paid in full and on schedule. Now moving on, Member of Parliament for Madina, Francis Xavier Sosu, has marked this year's Homowo celebration with a compassion outreach program for vulnerable residents in the constituency. The initiative provided food items and financial support to the aged, sick, and other vulnerable people.
For Madina constituency, Francis Xavier Sosu has marked this year's Homowo festivities with a compassion outreach program aimed at supporting vulnerable residents in the constituency. The initiative targets the aged, sick, and other vulnerable people, with the beneficiaries receiving food items including rice, oil, and maize, as well as cash support where necessary.
There are people who are not well. Some are in hospitals. Some are in their homes, but they are not well, and they also need to be reached out to. So we take the advantage of the season and the opportunity to reach out to them. So this week is going to be the Sosu Compassion Outreach, and that's what we are doing, sharing all these items.
Beyond the Homowo outreach, the MP says several interventions are ongoing in the constituency, including the Madina Job Center, health and education projects, as well as scholarship programs. He says the Job Center has so far impacted more than 15,000 people, while efforts are being made to address infrastructure challenges, particularly roads.
What we have not been very successful at is what I would call the physical development. I mean, our road infrastructure and so on and so forth. But that is something which is also work in progress, because almost all roads in Madina have been given on contract, except that the contractors haven't shown good faith with coming to perform as we expected. But I'm hopeful that before the end of this tenure or this our tenure, all these contractors will come back to site to work. The contractor explained that the road, even though he's on the road and working and investing, the road has not yet been packaged for him. That's by the Ministry of Roads, the urban roads especially. And so there's no guarantee of tenure. And so I would just use this platform as an opportunity to appeal again to the Road Minister, Honorable Agboja. I'm hopeful that whatever is the challenges between the road contractor and the ministry, we can resolve those things so that these roads could be constructed.
The MP also used the occasion to wish residents across the Madina area a peaceful and successful Homowo celebration. For WoezorTV, Ellen from Pong.
Away from Madina, the Ghana Education Service had dismissed social media reports claiming that the free SHS policy has been cancelled and parents have been directed to pay 1,500 cedis for chop boxes, trunks, and other items. In a circular issued on Tuesday, August 18, the GES described the claims as false and urged parents, guardians, and students to disregard them. The service stressed that free SHS remains in place and no directive has been issued requiring parents to make such payments. GES also cautioned the public against making payments based on unverified information and urged them to rely on its official communication channels. The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board, Sami Jimfi, has called for a new social compact between the state, mining companies and host communities to ensure Ghana's mineral wealth delivers greater local benefits. Speaking at the National Mining Dialogue in Accra on Tuesday, August 12, the CEO said mining communities must no longer be treated as mere landowners but as development partners and economic shareholders.
Gold commercially for more than a century. Yet for most of this long history, Ghanaians have not been the real owners of the mines. The large-scale mining sector has been largely foreign-led, and too much of the value has leaked out of the country through ownership structures, financing arrangements, imported inputs, offshore services, limited beneficiation, and weak local industrial linkages. That is why Obuasi can produce gold for generations and still not compare to Johannesburg in industrial depth, urban development, economic opportunities, and what have you. This is not because Obuasi lacks resources. The state of development in Obuasi points to a truism that extraction without intentional policy does not automatically produce transformation. Mines do not build nations by accident. Nations build value through deliberate ownership, strategic partnerships, infrastructure linkages, and disciplined policy management. If we want a new story, we must own more, refine more, process more, fabricate more, and retain more. It's as simple as that. Communities must be active participants in the value chain, from exploration services and production support to logistics, fabrication, environmental services, refining, jewelry, and downstream enterprise. When these roles are localized, a mine becomes more than a pit or a shaft. It becomes a training ground, a market, an industrial anchor, and a platform.
Time now for some international news. Now, doctors in Sri Lanka have removed a 3.1 kg bladder stone from a man which they believe to be the largest of its kind on record. The procedure was carried out last week at a hospital in Trinakomali in the east of the country. The 55-year-old patient had been admitted to the hospital after suffering a stroke. But while receiving treatment, doctors found stones in his urinary bladder after noticing that he was experiencing difficulty urinating. During the surgery, doctors removed the bladder stone, which was weighed as much as a full-term baby and was around the size of an ostrich egg. According to doctors, the patient remains at the hospital and is continuing to receive treatment for other medical conditions. Dr. Balakrishnan said the stone would have been in the patient's bladder for about 5 to 10 years. Bladder stones are formed when minerals in the urine crystallize, turning into solid lumps. They commonly occur when the bladder does not empty completely, leaving concentrated urine that can turn into crystals. Small bladder stones sized like grains of sand can pass on their own, but stones bigger than 1 centimeter often block urine flow and may require medical attention. Now this brings us to the end of the WoezorTV report. Many thanks for staying with us. I am Karen Na Uyu Koti.
Or we can be the generation that ends it for good.
Malaria must die, so millions can live.
Embarrassed. Too embarrassed to speak to a loved one. Too embarrassed to speak to your doctor.
Too embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer.
Let me repeat that. 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer disease.
1 in 12. That could be your dad, even your older brother, uncle, or grandfather.
You need to make sure they are not embarrassed to speak to you or their doctor about it.
Hey, Dad, have you had your prostate checked out? See? How hard is that? It's easy. Just start the conversation.
Prostate cancer is survivable if caught and treated early enough.
Don't let embarrassment stop you having this important conversation.
You may save someone's life.
Not just your own.
You're back for sports update on the Breakfast Cafe. My name is Godfrey Amwafo. Let's start from the National Sports Authority because their Resource Mobilization and Partnership Committee has received some sporting items from Ghana and Hui Chambers of Commerce ahead of the commencement of the NSA's constituency games. Now, the items include a 600 pair of footwears labeled as a piece canvas, sneakers and casual shoes, and then 1,520 piece shirts, which are in support of the constituency games that they are bringing up. And so that initiative has started, garnering some support from corporate entity. Yesterday, I was privileged to be there during the donation. I've had this report for you. Authorities Resources Mobilization and Partnership Committee has received sporting items from the Ghana and Hui Chamber and Commerce ahead of the commencement of the NSA's constituency games. The items include 600 pairs of footwear comprising piece canvas sneakers and casual shoes, as well as 1,520 piece shirts in 4 different colors. The donation is intended to support the NSA's initiative to provide young people across the country's constituencies with platforms to showcase their sports and talents. Former Blasters captain Andre Morgan Dedeayu, who attended the donation ceremony in Accra on Tuesday, August 18, commended the initiative and pledged his support towards its success.
This is a huge package for the youth. This is something that's going to be useful, and I'll even personally also help with things that comes from football, etc., because it's very important that we all donate into this.
The chairperson of the Resource Mobilization Partnership Committee, Samson Dean, also called on corporate Ghana to support the initiative to ensure its successful implementation.
After 6 March 2027, Ghanaians will be happy. Ghanaians on their own will be happy to say that I was part of the journey where talents were seen.
The NSA says, with the support of corporate Ghana and other stakeholders, the constituency games will provide a sustainable pathway for discovering and developing talents at the grassroots level. The authority believes the initiative will help build a strong pool of talents capable of representing Ghana at the national and international levels. All right, so that is it on your screen. But then, what is it about these constituency games? It's sort of new initiative that NSA is embarking on, and according to them, if they bring this initiative, players or athletes might not necessarily be waiting for the national attention. In your constituency, let's say the Medina constituency, you form a team or a club, you compete there, and so your MP will adopt that team, sponsor all the business entities there, the corporate entities there will come and sponsor that team. And so that is what we are going to see. The official launch is yet to be done. And so when that comes off, then the kickoff starts. And so we are in high anticipation of it. You shouldn't be worried at all wherever you find yourself across the country. All constituencies will be participating in these games. And so that is it coming from the camp of the National Sports Authority. But then let's move straight to the camp of Accra Folk, because they say that FIFA has officially closed the matter involving Ren Hendrick following the full settlement of the amount owed to him. In an official statement dated 18th August 2026, the club said Mr. Hendrick has confirmed receipt of the outstanding amount, prompting FIFA to formally lift all restrictions previously imposed on the club. House of Folk says it's acted in good faith throughout the process with the aim of reaching a responsible and amicable resolution. The club has subsequently urged its supporters and stakeholders to remain calm, saying the matter has now been brought to a conclusion. The statement was signed by Hearts Management, which also expressed appreciation to Phobians for their patience, understanding, and continued support. So good news for Accra Folk. So that means they can move ahead to plan for themselves for the upcoming season. Now, let's talk about Senegal, because they have also appointed Patrick Vieira, who is former Arsenal and France captain. In fact, he is now going to be the new head coach of the Senegal men's national team. The 50-year-old replaces Papatao, who was sacked in the wake of the country's last 32 exits of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Born in Senegal's capital, Dakar, Vieira will now manage the country of his birth, having moved to France aged 8 before later winning over 100 caps for Les Blues and lifting the World Cup in 1998 and the European Championship in 2000. Senegal's Football Federation, that is the FSF, said the appointment reflects its desire to strengthen its high-level technical staff and is perfectly aligned with the nation's sporting ambitions. So details of various contracts and a starting date in the role are still being discussed. Now, his first match in charge of the Teranga Lions are expected to come next month in qualifiers for the 2027 African Cup of Nations. Vieira joins the West African after he left his role as Genoa head coach by mutual consent last November with the team bottom of Syria. Now, he won 8 and drew 9 of his 26 games during the 2024-25 season to guide the Italian club to safety and 18th place finish. However, he left the club after managing just 2 wins in 2025-2026, with both of those victories coming in the Coppa Italia. During his playing career, the midfielder Vieira won 3 Premier League titles and 4 FA Cups at Arsenal, as well as silverware with AC Milan, Inter Milan, and then Manchester City. And so congratulations to him earning a new job in the national side for Senegal. We hope to see more from him. He comes in with a lot of experience. Now, Bayern Munich midfielder Jamal Musiala says he is being treated for neurological dysfunction after collapsing during the match for the second time in 4 periods. I think that it's becoming too much. In just 4 days, he's collapsed on the field, and yesterday it happened again. Now, on Tuesday, Musiala collapsed 6 minutes after coming off the bench in Bayern's 4-2 friendly victory at Heidenheim. Now, the 23-year-old appeared dazed as he received medical treatment and was helped off the pitch. The incident occurred after he collapsed during Saturday's 3-1 victory over RB Leipzig in Munich. Now, Musiala later posted a statement on Instagram to ease fears about the situation. This is what he wrote. I've been diagnosed with temporary brief but easily treatable absence seizures, which are due to neurological dysfunction. That's what he explained to be. Now, he says that this can lead to the recent episodes like the one against Leipzig or now in Hedman. I know they seem scary at first glance, but for me, they are currently just part of my everyday life. I'm receiving excellent medical treatment and I'm very optimistic. FC Bayern and my family and friends are always by my side and supporting me on this journey. Now, following Tuesday's game, Bayern sporting director Max Ebel has said that the player would be speaking about the matter later, adding that the club is also assessing the situation. But then Musiala missed the first 6 months of last season after breaking his ankle at the 2025 World Club Cup, but returned in the second half of the campaign and started 3 Germany's 4 games at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. He's becoming an injury prone, but adding the collapsing is something that a lot of people are becoming scared of. But then we pray that you get that strength to carry on. Now, Cagliari forward Yaya Trepi is out of medically induced coma and off mechanical ventilation 2 days after being pulled unconscious from a swimming pool. Now, Trepi, 20, was airlifted to hospital after the incident at Evira in Sardinia on Sunday afternoon. His club shared a statement on Tuesday evening from the Santissima Hospital in Sassari, where therapy is being treated. He said his ventilation and sedation was reduced gradually through the day, allowing him to wake from the induced coma. Welcome back, and we pray that you don't go back to whatsoever that caused this coma. He was reported swimming in a pool, and that incident happened. We are happy that your life is fully restored and you are recovering. We wish you a speedily recovery. We need you on the field. It's a wrap for sports. Godfred Amwafo. Entertainment is up next.
If you're watching this with your friends, you'll probably make a joke. Because you know what you feel on the inside
isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy,
find someone you trust and tell them.
If you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself,
find someone you trust and tell them.
You are never alone when you share.
Seriously, people care about you.
It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share.
Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher. Tell a brother or sister.
Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
It's how things get better.
Okay, next one. Sit down. Look to camera.
This is what it looks like to be exceptional, to stand out from the crowd, to make history. But what if women didn't have to be exceptional? What if they didn't have to be the first, the best, or the only woman? What if being a female engineer wasn't remarkable? What if women and men could compete as equals? I don't want to make history. I don't want to be the only woman. I want to be one of many.
Gentlemen, I've got some bad news and some good news. Okay, the bad news is that your chances of getting prostate cancer are now just 7 to 1. In fact, prostate cancer is killing one man every single hour of the day in this country. Imagine that, 1 every hour of the day. But the good news is, we're forming a team to stop that clock. Men United. It's time men united together to fight prostate cancer, the way women have united against breast cancer. We need to get together and find a cure, as well as better ways to care for the 250,000 prostate cancer sufferers out there. Please, get on side and join us in the fight. Men United versus prostate cancer. We can win this.
Welcome to the entertainment update here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Good morning to you. I am Evergreen Asantua. Now let's look at some headlines in the world of entertainment. And Rema urges Afrobeat artists to push beyond what fans like. Ebenezer Jumo set to stage 4th comedy special in Kumasi. Tyler prays for a unified Africa after xenophobia backlash. Kanye West announces 2 Russia concerts. And now to the details of the stories. And a Nigerian Afrobeat star Rema has urged artists to remain adventurous with their sound instead of limiting themselves to what fans already enjoy. Speaking at his concert, Rema argued that Afrobeat will not evolve if artists continue making music solely based on audiences' performance. He said artists must first create music they believe in and allow listeners to embrace new sounds. Rema also declared himself the Prince of Afrobeat, saying he sees it as part of his responsibility to help push the genre forward.
This song is an experiment, you know? But, you know, there were a lot of songs that were popping in 2019. I mean, we know a lot of songs that were popping in 2019. But then I pulled up with you know? And guess what everybody told me? Everybody was calling me Indian boy. Everybody was saying Rema is the Indian boy, you know? But since day one, I've always been experimenting. Your favorite song is an experiment, man. Yeah. Not everybody's gonna like it. I mean, not everybody liked me in 2019. So, I don't really give a fuck, you know? I still move with that mentality, so whatever I drop right now, whatever I drop tomorrow, it's always an experiment.
So that is the Prince of Afrobeat, and then what he has to say about the genre that we all enjoy. In fact, the continent enjoys at the moment. So take it from Rema, and please open your minds and your hearts. Be open-minded when it comes to sounds, because I mean, apart from the fact that he's talking about Afrobeat, people are always, you know, bringing in new sounds, and the world is changing, the world is evolving. So as and when there are new genres, open your mind. When it's nice, enjoy it as well. So that is Rema to artists, especially the up-and-coming ones. Explore, try new things, and I'm sure you definitely be fine. Who knows, maybe you might even invent a new genre for all of us. But let's look at other news. And Ghanaian comedian and architect Ebenezer Jumo is set to stage his 4th stand-up comedy special around the world in 80 jokes on August 29. Now the show will take place at the Longford Event Center in Odeneho, Kwadaso, Kumasi, and will feature comedians including Clemento Suarez, Kwame Obed, Efia Barcelona, George Noel Intatia, and Atopa. Now, Jumo has also been expanding his reach beyond Ghana, recently performing in Togo at the I Don't Speak English comedy event. With his blend of storytelling, observation, and comedy, the upcoming show is expected to add another chapter to his growing career. And let me use the opportunity to say a huge congratulations going out to Ebenezer Jumo. I almost said the architect without a plan, but of course he is the architect without a plan. I mean, when it comes to his work, right, I'm sure that he definitely has a plan, because as an architect you definitely need a plan. But he has another comedy special that he does, or he used to do, which is the architect without a plan. That is what he started with, and then now he's doing around the world in 80 jokes. So he's now touring the world. And I'm definitely sure that he's going to come to Accra again for all of us to enjoy. How I wish I could go to Kumasi for this event, God willing, next week, because I know that it is going to be a good one. Because if you've been following him, you know that he's not just a good architect as a career. In fact, comedy is also his career, but I mean, he's also a good comedian and a good architect. See, some, you know how people say that they take comedians serious, right? But Ebenezer is very serious with his architecture, career, and he's also very serious with his comedy career. So I wonder how he balances the two, and how he comes out also serious when he's doing his architect stuff and when he's also doing comedy stuff. But I can say for a fact that he's killing it out there, and a huge congratulations going out to him once again. We are hoping for the best and a successful event, as a matter of fact. So next week, 29th of August, do well to visit the Longford Event Center if you find yourself in Kumasi. This, I can promise you, that is going to be a good event. Now let's talk about South African singer Tyla, and she has called for a united Africa following backlash over her decision to cancel her scheduled concert in Lagos. The singer had forced and also faced criticisms from some Nigerians who accused her of failing to speak out against alleged xenophobic attacks on Nigerians in South Africa. Speaking at the South African Music Awards, Tyla said that she was proud to be South African and African before expressing her hope for greater unity across the continent. She said she prayed for a day when Africa could become more unified.
Happy to be South African. I'm happy to be African most of all, and I pray one day to see a unified Africa. It's so important, and I thank you guys so much. I thank you guys, and I love you guys. Let's go.
So that is coming from Tyla, our favorite girl, and you all know that I came here to give you an update that she will be touring the world very soon, which is later this year, and then Lagos was part of her schedule. But it's just quite unfortunate that there were rumors that she has taken it out. We saw flyers that didn't include Lagos anymore, because I mean the people in Nigeria didn't want Tyla there, and she has come out and she's saying that she hopes and prays for a day where Africa will be more unified. Unity is very important. I hope that something good comes out, because as South African brothers and sisters, we don't really know what is going on. In fact, we do know, but we don't know why and what exactly, apart from the whole brouhaha we are seeing on social media and what our beloveds are also experiencing out there. But I share in her sentiments. I also pray and hope for a more united Africa in the near future. But let's do some international stories again. And American rapper Kanye West, now known as Ye, has announced plans to perform 2 concerts in St. Petersburg, Russia in October. The show at the 70,000 capacity Gazprom Arena reportedly sold out within hours of tickets going on sale. The concert will make West one of the biggest Western musicians or music stars to perform in Russia since the country's invasion of Ukraine, at a time when many major Western artists have stayed away. West's announcement comes after a difficult period in the international touring career, with several European shows cancelled amid controversy over his past anti-Semitic and pro-Nazi remarks. His planned performance in Russia have already attracted mixed reactions, including criticisms from Russian lawmakers, and we are definitely up for it and here for it. I'll give you more updates with regards to this story or this concert. But mind mind you, the 70,000 capacity Gazprom has already been sold out, and congratulations going out to him. I'm praying that they allow him to perform, because I mean, we've been here, we've seen shows in Europe being cancelled because of some of his past anti-Semitic remarks and also pro-Nazi. You know, when it comes to Ye, I mean, he's a different personality altogether, but we also saw him apologizing and then what have you. So hopefully they allow him perform, but like I said, we are here for it. And so far as people have bought tickets, I know, and it means that people want to see Ye perform in Russia. So I'll give you more updates when there is. And thank you so much for watching us this morning. And of course, today is Wednesday, so at 2:00 p.m. Tune Talk comes your way. We talk the tune and we simply live the vibe. I'm hosting an amazing woman of God, and she has a new song out there that I can't seem to get out of my head. And I hope that when you discover it through her playlist this afternoon, you also enjoy it and add it to your playlist. So I'm going to see you at 2:00 p.m. and also enjoy the rest of our programs.